Why men's mental health is under attack and why therapy never really worked for men. So before I begin this video, I really need to put a disclaimer out there, big trigger warning. A lot of the topics that I'm going to be discussing is going to be a little bit triggering. So if this topic is something that you're uncomfortable with, you can click out and not go further. But this topic is really important for us to discuss because it really affects the mass majority of men. And so please continue along if you feel comfortable. So there's a huge epidemic of male suicidal rate and male depression specifically. But the issue is that the self-reported struggles of mental health issues in men is found to be way lower than women. And the suicidal rate specifically compared to men and women, men are way higher. And what this simply means is that men struggle in silence much more than women do. And this is the pain that goes unnoticed out in your everyday life, average Joe, to bigger societal impacts. And I feel the need, I'm compelled to really talk about this, not just today, why I created Men's Mental Health to begin with. I saw two very crucial issues when it comes to modern therapy or traditional therapy. Traditional therapy faces two very big blind spots, is that the majority of the mental health practitioners in our industry is actually women. And number two is that a lot of the times therapy focuses on love, validation, and affirmation, and not really providing true solutions when it's really needed, right? In the beginning, therapy is always about understanding, validating. I still do believe it should be extremely client-centered. However, men, high-functioning men specifically, don't want to continuously talk about problems. Many of the times, a lot of my clients already know where their problems come from. You may have had a horrible childhood, an alcoholic mother, an abusive father, a very turbulent family dynamic, and you know where your issues and triggers and traumas come from. But what you truly need is not pity, but real impactful solution. And this is what I want to focus on, and also want to focus on why men's mental health specifically is under attack. And number two, why a lot of the times experience in therapy may not have been the best one. And I do want to apologize for that. Hi, I'm Christy and welcome to Men's Mental Health Institute. Today's topic is going to be a deep dive into why men's mental health is under attack and why therapy hasn't really worked out for you if you've already been going for years and years now. If you like topics like this, true impactful topics that are valuable to creating real solutions and enlightenment and learning in your own life and your own life as a man, please do me a favor and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into it. First off, I really feel compelled to highlight the elephant of the room. I am a woman. I understand. I completely understand. Before starting Men's Mental Health Institute, I really had the urge to understand why there are so much rage and pain between men and women. And what I found is essentially all humans want the same thing. They all want to be loved. And they all want relationships, okay? And many of the times it is between a man and a woman, right? I mean, there are obviously other ways to have loving relationships, but I'm talking about relationships and love in general. Everyone wants to feel loved. However, when it comes to men, what men struggle through, I've noticed that men get frustrated very easily. They almost don't want to come back. And I've had to obviously reflect that. You have someone who came to therapy for solutions to change, and it's really not to feel better of a love and relationships. And this is the point in which I realized, after doing a ton of research and asking a ton of men, that there are two very crucial issues when it comes to men's mental health and therapy in general. And I think you already heard the first one, is that women don't understand you. I found myself at that position before starting Men's Mental Health Institute. I was a woman who was a therapist, completely blindsided with my inability to help my clients. I tell them that go to therapy because we're here to change and find solutions. And yet my clients were dropping off and not coming back and feeling more resentful towards themselves, towards women. And why this happens is because many of the times women in practice focus on emotional calmness and emotional affirmation and validating you. But that is not really valuable for men, because many of the times high functioning men already know that you're doing possibly everything that you could do to try to climb the hierarchies of life. But at the end of the day, you still don't feel enough. And that is the common struggle of everyday men, high functioning men. It's that through that journey of trying to be the best version of a man that you are, right? Telling you to breathe it out or meditate or practice coping mechanisms that are really just going to help you momentarily really is not the best advice that a therapist or a woman can give. Right? Like self-care tips. Although, let's not devalue the fact that those are extremely important, right? Women don't understand the innate biology of how men are built. You're built through competition. You're built with the hunger to always win, or you're going to be called average or less than average, or you won't be able to attract that woman that you really, really want, or get that car that you really, really need to be able to, and the importance of solutions to create power and real problem solving and logical, observable moments of growth. And so this is also why I needed to tap into my own blind spots as a woman, as a therapist, and understand how men are truly built. But I'm here to highlight that you have to be extremely careful, because the majority of our industry in therapy or in psychotherapy or talk therapy, if you will, is condensed with women. Okay, so they may ask you questions that are just not useful to you. So what I saw is, in practice, understanding male struggles, male lingo, the differences between love versus respect was truly impactful, and also one of the limitations in men's mental health. Women just do not understand men, and women are very emotionally driven, and so they do not have the necessity to really understand, right? Not at that moment, at least. I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for saying this, but I'm just speaking for the general trends of what I've seen, okay? Number 2 is that a lot of the times traditional therapy practices, again, on calmness, emotional regulation, and love and affirmation. And many of the times, with high functioning men at least, you don't need that anymore. There's no amount of your mother convincing you that she loves you no matter what you do in life is going to make you feel worthy as a man. What a true driver for the passion, and what makes men hungry, both really, really, really excited for life or really scared for the people that you care about and the world. That is what drives men. If you do not feel like you have the ability to impact those around you, no amount of therapy that validates that you are enough is going to cut it for you. And this is also a huge revelation when it comes to how I formulated my program to really help my clients, because we focus on actually having some sense of strategy in which you are able to handle the stresses of that journey of trying to get to the top, trying to be competitive, and trying to make impact. Men are very competitive, and that is probably the most powerful thing important that any man should have. If you don't have that, another issue, okay? However, many of the times what I see in society, why male depression is so high, why male suicidal rates are also so high, is that society has taught men that where they are is enough, but men know deep down they are not yet. And because there's no ability in their community or in their lives or in themselves to make impact or to feel valuable or to feel like people actually respect you as a man. That is the most powerful thing that a man can achieve to improve his mental health if he's able to make impact on the world, his woman, right? And many of the times what I hear is a woman leaving you, a woman breaking up with you, not being able to get a woman on a date, insinuation of a man's struggle to not be able to feel valuable and make impact. So that's also why when it comes to therapy, a lot of the times men don't have a great experience, okay? And this is what I want to discuss, why men's mental health is under attack and why therapy may not have worked for you. And please do not give up. Not a huge push for women to understand men. And so this is why I think men's mental health is truly under attack, okay? And I hope you come back. Please do me a favor if you haven't already. Click the like button, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe, and comment down below if you've already been in therapy. What was your experience? Was it kind of slow? Was it really everything you've ever wanted? Did you get real solutions? Were things really moving along? Were you feeling more powerful and in control of your life? Or what are your struggles when it comes to men's mental health?
Hi everyone, if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to follow us on TikTok and IG where we post daily and YouTube where we post weekly.